Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to show you what I am doing to my RK55 tractor. Now, just about all compact tractors nowadays have one big drawback. It is the front axles. All right, and that's our fault. That's the consumer's fault, because we buy these tractors. I did the same thing. I bought this tractor because in its size class, 55 horse, it had the biggest lifting capacity of any of the other tractors. Because I am cutting firewood, putting it in baskets, I'm handling logs, firewood baskets. I needed something that would lift the weight. Well, what's happening though is tractor manufacturers just keep raising the amount of weight that these things will lift. But what they're not doing is they're not upgrading these axles. So that is becoming the weak point. The spindles are a weak point. The bearings are a weak point. As far as I know, there's no upgrades yet for the bearings yet. But there is an upgrade for the spindles, which I think is probably the weakest point on these tractors. So my local Rural King mechanic told me about these brackets that go on these tractors to take the stress off the spindles. They are made by Josh at Loon Shot. Let me get my cheat sheet. Loon Shot Development. I forget what he goes by on Facebook, but I will put all his contact information in the description of this video in case you want to talk to him, even a phone number and a website, all that stuff. So let me show you what is going on, because now my tractor's only got 60 hours on it. Now, whether it was like this when they built it, I'm not sure, or there's already some play in the spindles. But let me show you. I'll show you before and after on how much of the play these brackets take out of the spindles. And you'll see when we're installing this bracket that it should do a very good job of taking most of the stress off that point. So let me show you. Let me get you set up. I'm going to shake that wheel and show you how much play is in it now and how much play is in it when we get done. All right, I hope the camera will pick it up. All right, I hope that picks up. I won't know until I edit the video. Let me angle you up just a little bit. Do it one more time. Okay, let me get the tire and wheel off and we'll get started. I've already finished that side, practiced on that side. So let's do this side. We have to take these top two bolts out of this flange right here. We will discard these bolts because we get longer bolts, and you'll see why. Here's the bracket for that. This big bolt you have to put in first. All right, now all this hardware comes with the kit. You don't have to buy anything extra. Now we're going to put a lock washer on the bolt. I'm going to put the bolt in the bracket. We're going to put two of these spacer washers between the bracket and the tractor housing. Times two. Start all that stuff by hand. You know what? A lot of corrosion on those bolts when I took them out. I'm actually going to blow those holes out with a little bit of compressed air. Y'all hang tight. you're dealing with fine thread bolts on all this stuff too. So make sure you start everything by hand. Make sure it's started before you put any tools on it. All right, we'll torque these to factory specs. Click. Click. All right. No, you're not going crazy. I did change clothes. It's a different day. I actually did some things. I shot the video, edited the video, sent it to Josh, and he had a couple suggestions on some things that I could change. So I did. So we're reshooting this now. All right, so we've got the inner bracket done, it's tightened up. Now the outer bracket, it has a spherical bearing right here. And I have already got my 6 bolts out of my planetary. And we're getting ready to put the bracket on with the new bolts. And now all the hardware comes with the kit. Everything you're gonna need, longer bolts here, all your spacers, washers, all that stuff. So let's just do a test fit real quick. Let's just slide the bracket down on there and make sure we got clearance. Because where we've got an issue is right here. That is like just a nub sticking up there when they cast these pieces, and both mine were too tall. I had to take a grinder, grind them off, put some black paint on them so they would not rub right here. So yeah, I saw several people's videos where they said this could be a problem, but I never seen anybody have to address it. But I did, both mine. So to do your test fit, and just look under here and make sure you have some clearance. Okay, which I do now. You get these spacers that fit these bolts up here. Put 4 of those spacers on this bolt. Put your rubber seal. It just keeps the dirt out of that bearing. It's a seal, whatever. Now the kit comes with all these spacers to space this bracket out from, to center it on this bolt from here, okay? And because there's so many spacers, most videos tell you to start with 2 spacers here. I already know my tractor only needs 1 spacer to get everything lined up. And that's not a reflection on Josh's work building these brackets. It's just the fact that these castings are, one casting may be coming from one factory, another one be coming from another factory, and stuff happens. So that's why he gives you all these spacers, so you can make these brackets fit your tractor. And we're going to go over that a little bit more here in a minute. But let's go ahead and get our washers stuck to the planetary case. And we're going to accomplish that with just a little bit of grease. Grease just makes them stick. We're going to get all 6 of those stuck on there. And now if you lose one, it's no big deal. I'll probably show you how to do that so you don't have to take everything back apart. Because chances are that at least one of these spacers will become dislodged Don't ask me how I know that. So I'm not going to tell you. Just get all 6 of them on there. Like so. I should mention too that this area should all be clean before you start this process. Just so you, I mean, it's just easier to work on clean stuff. Mine was just a little bit dusty. I just took and wiped it off with a rag and blew it off with some compressed air, and I was good to go. If yours is muddy, you've been working out in the mud and the cow poop and everything else, do yourself a favor, just go ahead and wash this. Get your steam jenny out, your pressure washer, your water hose, whatever, and just wash the bulk of the dirt off this area, all this whole area. All right, let's put our bracket on. Now we can start this down on the bolt and then lift it to move that spherical bearing, and this will make life a lot easier. Then you can slide it down on the bolt. Okay, make sure your rubber seal under here is where it belongs. Under here, I should say. Make sure it is where it belongs, which I think mine is good. Then just push this down. Like so. See how many of my washers moved? Probably most of them. I'm going to take a screwdriver and just go down in the hole and make sure my washers are centered. I'm just going to do a few of them to start with. Now we're going to put the 6 new bolts back in this flange, this outer bracket, and our planetary housing. So actually, I think I'm going to start over here, because you can look in here and see, these holes are not lined up because this bracket all moves. These holes are slotted. I did find too that if I just put a lock washer under the head of this bolt, it tries to squeeze the lock washer in that slot. So I just use one of the shims as a flat washer, and that keeps that, put it on first so it's against that slotted hole. It seems like it keeps that lock washer from deforming. Let's actually start right here. This hole looks like it's about the most lined up. Now this is, this takes some effort. I ain't gonna lie to you. Getting all 6 of these holes lined up. And it may pay if you have a lineup tool to use a lineup tool, or if not, you can use a screwdriver like I was using just now. Let's manipulate that bracket around. Okay, because the lineup tool helps you move that bracket to line everything up to. All right, about lost that washer. I'm just going to use my trusty old knife to lift that washer up where it needs to be. Yes, sirree. And these are fine thread bolts. Everything on here is fine thread. So fine thread bolts are really easy to cross thread. So you make sure that you start everything by hand, and you know for a fact that it is started in the hole. You ought to be able to get 3 or 4 turns on that bolt minimum before you ever put a tool on there. A flashlight, look down in there, and I can make sure that didn't lose a washer anywhere. Yep, we're all good. So I'm gonna snug these up. Now some of the difference, this is a new style bracket. And one of the big differences in this bracket is the fact that it no longer has this big pipe bung up here with a plug in it. So everybody else's video that I watched, to know that everything's lined up here, you got the right number of spacers, you'd snug this up here and you'd look down in this pipe bung and you could tell if the bolt was centered. Well, that don't work anymore because the new style bracket doesn't have that big tall pipe plug sitting here. So let me show you how, I don't know if right, wrong, or indifferent. Josh didn't say anything, so I assume it's okay. So this is how you know everything's lined up, whether you need to take spacers out or put spacers in. Like I say, everybody starts with 2 spacers here. And it seems like they end with 2 spacers. But my tractor only needs 1. I think I've said all that. All right, I'm gonna tighten these up now. It's a long ratchet, so I'm gonna choke up on this ratchet a little bit, because I don't want to strip one of these holes out. Good enough. Don't get carried away there. Don't strip a hole. All right, done my final tightening. And it did snug it bolt up a little bit more, but I can move it. Now, since that bolt is not bound up, I can actually move it by hand. That should mean that those 2 brackets are pretty well centered. All right, just want to make sure my rubber looks good under there. And actually it does not. Got the rubber all goobered up. I'll try and use a screwdriver and just gently see if I can put that rubber back where it belongs. If not, I have to take that bracket back off again and get that rubber right. I should have looked under there before I tightened my bolts up. Before I even put my bolts in, I should have made sure that was right. Because I was overconfident and I thought that was right. So I'm gonna have to fix that. Be right back. So we're gonna take our other rubber dust cap thingy, put on there 2 shims. And then our nylon lock nut. We're gonna snug all this stuff up. 1.1/8 on the bottom, 1.16 on top. You don't have to have big old wrenches. You can definitely do this with a couple of 12-inch crescents or something. But I'm just gonna tighten this up now. Make sure that this rubber stays good up here. Because I don't wanna have to take this apart again. Installation is complete. Let's see if we accomplished what we set out to accomplish, which was get all the slack out of that and to support that. Does that look different? Sure sounds different. Feels different. All right, I hope the camera will pick it up. So there you have it, pretty easy peasy. Once you've done one, you could probably do another one in a half hour. It's pretty simple. Now Josh was super nice. He gave me a discount code for you guys. You can save 5% on anything that you buy from his website. I thought that was pretty cool. I'm gonna put that right here, and I'm also gonna put it in the description of this video so that you'll have that. And I'd appreciate it if you'd go to his website, look around. Now, I must say too that this bracket's not just for an RK55. I know that he has these brackets for several different models of tractors. So go check out his website, see if he's got one for your tractor, and I think you'll like it. I really do. So that's going to be it for today. Thank y'all so much for watching, and we will catch you on the next one.